How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with another review. And, yeah, a little bit of Belgian-style triple time in the form of Night Shift Brewing's Last Rite Belgian-style triple. Yeah, Night Shift. Done my fair share of their beers, review-wise, been in the brewery a couple times. And, I'm a fan, you know. Not all hits, but more times than not, they kind of bring it home. But I honestly can't remember having a strictly Belgian-esque beer from them. So, you know, that's kind of where I cut my teeth. So it's kind of cool that I actually dive into this. Thank you very much, George. George, Master Troll Reviews, brought this back from the last trip up there. He is the man. As far as what else it says on this can, it says Last Rite Belgian-style triple, Night Shift Brewing, canned 10/16. 17. Today is 11/15/17. 9.7% alcohol by volume and done. Yeah, it's just a logo lettering, and I can't really tell what's going on in the background. It looks like little yeasty, kind of microscopic yeasty stuff, but yeah, we'll find it. We'll find out. Actually, we won't, because I won't look it up and we'll talk about it. So we'll just ignore it, what it is, and just drink the beer and just talk about that. How's that sound? Fantastic. Glad you agree. Anyway. So this is what it's like to go off the deep end, is it? Well, I hope you guys enjoy the ride. Anyway, first things first. That was a beautiful, beautiful kind of cascading pour. You know, 2 fingers, infinite creaminess, super tight compact bubbles. And what you're left with is a soft carbonated, slightly hazy, rich orange, golden color beer. Spot on triple-wise. I want my triples to have a haze to them. This is kind of exactly the level of haze I wanted on it. Soft carbonation. It looks a Belgian triple to the T. That's a good thing. Let's see if we can get a nose on there. She be a Belgian. Sweet malt there. Sweet malt, kind of like somewhere between like an appley honey kind of malt. There's probably a bit of those yeast esters coming through. Subtle banana in there too. A non-generic spiciness to it, nothing too crazy. But yeah, subtle apple, a little bit of banana kind of floating around in there. Generic kind of spiciness and a nice sweetness to it. Definitely smells like a Belgian. Let's put it that way. Doesn't smell like too, like, kind of Belgian, but not really, more like Saison like. Kind of smells like a nice Belgian golden, a nice Belgian triple. So yeah, we're off to a good start because she looks the part. She smells the part. Hopefully, she tastes the part. Cheers. That is tasty. Yeah. Night Shift. Good job, guys. Man, that is a tasty beer. Absolutely spot on, perfect mouthfeel to it. It has this nice density to it. It's not, I usually, what am I trying to say here? I hesitate to use the word kind of syrupy because it kind of gives this kind of negative connotation to things, but it has this kind of dense syrup kind of vibe to it that a lot of Belgian triples tend to have. You know, a lot of Belgian triples try to be triples, but end up being kind of goldens or something like that, based off of mouthfeel and based off kind of hot presence and stuff like that. This definitely feels like a triple. That sweetness is there. Not nearly close to being too sweet, but sweet enough to let you know that it's a triple. You're getting this sweet kind of marriage of almost like if that apple thing was in the nose, it's more like a cider thing kind of taste-wise, very subtly so, not so much big, robust apple. But then it's kind of wrapped around a bit of like a honey-based kind of candy sugar vibe. And a little bit of spiciness, again, kind of generic, kind of coriander, nutmeggy thing kind of going on there. I shouldn't say nutmeg, more kind of coriander, kind of white pepper coriander, but it's not so much that way in like a lot of kind of triples kind of side in that kind of spiciness. It's a bit more generic, bit more subtle to it. It's letting the kind of sweetness of the malt and sweetness of if there is kind of a bit of kind of a honey, kind of Belgian sugar kind of thing floating around in there too. It's letting that kind of carry the day. That's tasty. Absolutely. If you gave this to me, I would hope. If you gave it to me blind, I would guess that it was Belgian born. The only thing I think keeps this from being a home run in the whole kind of Belgian soul line of things is that the sweetness does come off a little bit more sugary than a lot of Belgians tend to do, but I think that can be time. Again, this thing is just a month on the nose. Typically, a lot of these Belgians we don't see for at least a year. So they do end up having this kind of roundness to them. If not from ABV, which you don't really even detect in here, but from a sweetness standpoint. So I think it could be just a freshness thing. I think if I was actually in Belgium and drank a fresh golden, it'd come off a bit sweeter than what I'm used to here in the States anyway. But yeah, super tasty beer. Super spot on fucking triple. And yeah. Absolutely delicious. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better American-born Belgian-style triples that I've had as of late. Absolutely. Not that I've had a ton, but this one definitely shows where it needs to show, and it's refined where it needs to be refined. It's not trying to be too something that it's not supposed to be. What it is a Belgian triple, and it's done pretty well. Value and availability. No idea. It was given to me, so hopefully somebody can chime in. It might be brewer only, might not. I know the stuff hits shelves, and just leave you with if you like what we like this. If you like Belgians, more specifically triples, you know, your triples, your goldens, stuff like that. It definitely rings true to the style, but at the same time has its bits and pieces of uniqueness. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't really nail down taste-wise if it tastes exactly like this kind of triple or that kind of triple. The yeast is a bit reserved, but enough there to kind of should be showy enough to let you know it's a triple. Same thing with that kind of sweetness and whatnot. So if you like Belgian triples, if you like Belgian beers and you want to see what American breweries do and do it well, it's worth picking up because it's pretty damn tasty. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words. Social media, Massive Beers. Plug it in. Find me all over the place. Say hi and stuff and things. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice Belgian style triple right now. And hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.